I've been watching Harvard struggle with Trump and the research community as well, bleat and beat their chest about the fact that the only reason that the researchers ever provided the requisite DEI statements was because the government had made it mandatory. It's like, so I guess mandatory cowardice is an excuse for what? For selling your soul to the devil.
Yeah, it's amazing. You know? I'll give you another amazing example. I've been on leave now from Concordia, which, the university was kind enough to grant it to me.
They were probably relieved, Gad.
I didn't want to say it, but thank you for saying it. They were probably all celebrating.
No problem. Yeah, I'm sure they were. That left-wing hellhole, that university, that terrible pro-Hamas, constant protesting home of the resentful and miserable, that Concordia?
That Concordia. Their 5-year strategic mission is to indigenize and what's the other term? I can't remember the other term. To indigenize the curriculum. So imagine, how do you indigenize number theory? How do you indigenize differential equations? How do you indigenize evolutionary psychology?
1 little, 2 little, 3 little Indians? Is that how you do it?
You're going to get me into trouble.
It's saying it, Gad, and I've already been in plenty of trouble.
Fair enough. So, it's very, very difficult to live in the ecosystem. I think when I first heard that you were leaving academia, I felt a bit of tension within myself. And that on the one hand, I was, oh no, Paysan is leaving. On the other hand, I felt somewhat envious of you in that while I remained in the ecosystem of infinite lunacy, you were out, man. How you feel now that you've been out for a few years?
Well, it's worked out very fortunate for me because, for a variety of reasons. I mean, first of all, I've been on a nonstop lecture tour really since 2018, punctuated by various, fits of illness. And so what's my alternative? I can teach 150 kids in a classroom that looks like some sadistic architect designed it for denizens of hell, all fluorescent lights and concrete blocks and hosable architecture, and they can sit in desks and be numbers in a 60,000 person monstrosity of gigantism while being lectured by the DEI mavens, or I can travel around the world to speak to paid audiences about exactly what I want to talk about and do something different every night. So that's a pretty good deal. And then we set up Peterson Academy, which is thriving. I just finished teaching, recording a new Maps of Meaning course. That was my cardinal course, I guess, at Harvard and the University of Toronto. And it'll be produced at the highest possible quality and then shown to our 45,000 students. And that's growing extremely rapidly. So, that's the upside, and there's lots more upside associated with that. But the downside is I had a pretty good research career, Gad. And that's the one thing I haven't been able to replace. Well, that and my clinical practice, because I'm too evil to have a clinical practice. So